Kanka, but I think that DK is still in the pool.
They go for the bristle.
Ooh. Damn. All right.
That's interesting. So, who are we looking at on mid?
This is the bristleback, right? And then Ricky safe lane, bristle up against Puck. Do you like that matchup?
It could be either of them mid, to be honest. Like, I've seen Ricky mids, I've seen Bristle mids. Like, both of them, there's like, a lot of flexibility there.
Yeah, this Silence, they're going to be a bit resident sleeper. Oh, Roger going to get a courier, though. That's going to be a little bit annoying for no one here. You're talking about mid lane. I think, look how much XP he's already stolen. He's got 150 on the Bounty Hunter, which you pretty much picked up from the Enigma. Oh, there it
Down
is.
in the bottom lane, they will find that kill. That combination coming in with the level 2 there. I mean, that was always going to be a huge threat. And again, Pushka doesn't have the blinding light, has no way to get them off. And so when he gets caught out like that, it's just a really simple kill for Virtus Pro. And
oh, yeah, for sure. And the Wolves are going to make the Stroke of Fate do more damage as well.
Yeah, they're going to go. Nyx, he's going to be the target, and he's just going to straight up die here. There's nothing they can do about this, but ILTW also getting low, has to blink strike himself to the range crew, which might have just bought him the space he needs to survive this one. Yeah, as you say, everyone's just brawling. It's just 1v1s across the map, except in this bottom lane, where we've had a bit more brawling going down, and they've had to salve up ILTW, but Pushka, he can do nothing about this.
For Enigma, is pretty unacceptable, to be honest. Bottom lane again. This fight just never stops in this lane.
It doesn't. Nyx trying to fight up into ILTW here, and he actually might survive. And now with the Pog rotating in, maybe they can find the Ricky. Nice coil coming forwards from Kasani onto the Ricky. ILTW slowly losing his life, and nothing they can do about this one. He is just straight up going to die. So it does cost a rotation.
The creep is top, but it's a little low right now. They really want to kill him before he completes his healing salve if possible.
Oh, they still might be fighting Rezo here. And a nice stomp from him. Maybe looking for the turnaround. Funnick's getting low. Oh my goodness. And Kasani actually has to drop the coil for it.
For sure. And these the tower damage from Hellraisers. Oh wow, the Power Ranger TPs. Oh my goodness. Baited.
Oh, hold the phone. They have actually thrown down the coil here, but Bristleback's still trying to fight up into these heroes. But actually, they break the coil at the last second, and now their Stampede's being used, but it's not enough to keep no one alive. He's going to go down all the same, and that is 30 seconds on the bench for him. And this will now open up this tier 1 top tower for the Hellraisers. We saw him the other day where he was playing the Elder Titan mid. That didn't work out so well for them, but you know he's always willing to just change up and do whatever they need, even unexpected. But there's a fight breaking out in the bottom lane, so go onto the backlines here. Beautiful core coming out onto the Enigma and onto Solo, and they are immediately going to get taken down. Now the Ignis Fighter's coming out, controlling up Resolution. No chance of him getting off any spells here. Just a straight up assassination in the bottom lane for Hellraisers. They take down 3 in a matter of instants, and Kasani actually almost dies solo to LTW as well, so that's going on. So he's just causing a big old distraction here. Meanwhile, they are going to try and get the return kill onto the Ricky. Cute little Shuriken play with the Black Hole coming down onto the Bounty Hunter. They'll take anything they can get right now, but Virtus Pro will bring down that bounty. Dangling no one. He knows with his Crimson Guard how tanky he is. I mean, I don't even think he popped it in that engagement. He was just like, yeah, I'm fine. And now they're not done. Yeah, Pangolier is going to be the next target. He's going to get brought down as well. A TP in from Pushka. Questionable at best as they keep on chasing. He's under the tier 2. Does have that armor and health regen. Is it really going to help him out versus this Bristleback though? This Hedgehog, he is angry and he is looking to beat down Pushka. Pushka? Oh, that was nearly very nice. I mean, it might not result in anything though, unfortunately, because Bristleback, even though he is coiled up under a tier 2 tower, he is still just so damn tanky. I mean, he's thick. Yeah, it really is a brick wall, isn't it? Virtus Pro have got their hats on, they have put down the mortar, they've put down the bricks, and now looking onto the Bounty Hunter in the middle lane. Can they bring down Roger in time? The English Sparta's going to buy him a little bit of time. Bounty Hunter, he should maybe get away, but Bristleback's still on top of him. They're looking for all the kills, so Nyx popping the shapeshift, trying to find a target, going onto Solo. Can they bring him down? In comes a Rolling Thunder from the low ground, but the ultimate from the Grimstroke is going to connect, and now they'll jump in with the coil onto 3. Nicely done from the puck, cutting them off on the high ground here, but they're just turning it around, but they will be able to get off ILTW. The Ricky is dead, and it looks like the Centaur's heading the same way as well. This team fight once again going in Hellraiser's favor. They're just ignoring the Bristleback here, not poking the little guy and just focusing on the side heroes. But now those are all dead. Maybe they turn around and try and bring down the Bristle, but there's a lot of quills building up here. But surely they get this kill, but they got to keep their distance. I mean, they got to respect the Bristle here. He's just wandering around in circles, so there's not much he can do. No one will end up going down eventually. They will kill this tanky little Hedgehog and get started running down this middle lane and getting some pressure onto the tower. But I mean, It's not that great for well, it's pretty damn good for Hellraisers, but in terms of what they can get for it.
Once again, with that Blink Dagger, they're just waiting for the Bristleback to be alive as well. So, again, like we said, VP, as long as all their heroes are dead, this Bristleback gets isolated, Hellraisers can kill them.
Yeah, on the backlines, he's either making space or just having troubles here, but they're going to pop the Shapeshift on Nyx. They might actually want to go for this one. The Pug's coming in for this as well. It's going to be a full 5-on-5 with a bunch of tracks down as well. They know exactly where they are. Zayat's just going to turn around with the Black Hole out onto the Lycan, cancelled out by the Coil. And now, with the Creep Army taking down Zayat, they will bring down the Enigma. Meanwhile, in they go, getting forward onto Bristle here, but they don't really care about him. They'll just turn around and murder Resolution instead. Now, they look towards Bristleback. They look towards the tanky hero, but with Lycan disarmed, they're actually struggling to really get the damage out onto him. But a TP out from Nyx, maybe? No, actually cancelling in the end, but it doesn't really matter. They've taken down no one anyway eventually. The damage does come in, just kind of rotating in heroes, taking it in shifts to deal damage to the bristles so those quill stacks don't get too high. And Roger, oh my god, just destroyed solo. And now RTW is also going to be the extra one dying here as he jumps in mistakenly. And that is going to be 5 heroes dead from the side of Virtus Pro. Hellraisers punishing their aggression and then some, and now they march into Roshan. This is why their previous fights have not looked that good, so unable to turn into objectives. But this time, they're straight into Roshan. They're getting the big boy down. They're taking that Aegis. They're getting something which is going to commit to their long-term advantage. This is good for them.
Oh, this is so big. Look at this Lycan. He doesn't feel too comfortable as well. That was very interesting. They just sort of abandoned their Bristleback there. So it was definitely the right play from Hellraisers.
Now, again, the sideline coming in the middle lane. They might have just found themselves a puck. They will bring down that Aegis and Phonic along with it. There is no response from Hellraisers this time around. They don't have their shapeshift. They don't really want to play, but a nice blink away from the puck will keep him nice and safe. So Kasani lives. Pushka also getting involved, and Zayat's probably losing his life pretty quickly here. There's no help coming his way. Not even a Stampede being used to help out the poor Enigmist. He's just going to get run down in the bottom lane. It seems really nice from this hero, to be honest.
Might be dying top right now.
Oh, he might be. Yeah, he definitely is, actually. He's completely beaten down inside the trees, and another track kill going the way, this time going to Phonic.
I like it. I really do. Another option would have been to go for Abyssal Blade, but maybe he just wants the attack speed and the Bloodthorn to be able to, help his entire team as well do more damage.
Yeah, I mean, the Bloodthorn's going to make him hit like an absolute truck as well with the crits coming out from his units, but it's actually mid lane where the action's going to start. Now they're going on to the Bristleback here. Bloodthorn is out onto him, but they're not actually coming that hard. The Ignis Spider's coming on down, but Virtus Pro is still fine with this one as they're starting to chase down the Coddle, and they might just get him, although they're actually struggling to finish the job here. No one diving in deep for the Pushka right now, and he might well just find him. Meanwhile, in they're going to go onto the Bristleback. They should get the return kill. Not entirely sure this weather, although no one's still alive for the time being, and Zayat's threatening that black hole. They can't actually come, and they've actually got the puck inside of it. No BKB available for the puck. He's caught inside that stun lock, and he's going to get dropped down. Now they look over towards the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter forced a low grab, but popped off by the Inkswell. Virtus Pro, they play it well.
If VP get it. This is what Hellraisers have been waiting
for. The TP point behind it on Hellraisers is the thing. They've got the outpost. They could maybe try for something, but they're just not really nearly quick enough to deal with it. And now Roshan goes down. Aegis and Cheese being picked up, and now they're even looking for the outro coil onto Roger here. But Phonic, you're going to go bowling and gets himself a split, as he only may find 2 heroes. But Roger probably losing his life in this situation, but they're trying to make some kind of play here. I'm not too sure about this. Meanwhile, Grimstroke ulti comes down. Bounty Hunter's still able to walk himself out, though. VP actually don't get anything from this. Now they look forward onto the Ricky. Ricky does have that cheese. Might be forced to use it pretty early here. Yep, we'll pop it down. Meanwhile, no one taken to the front lines with his Aegis. Now really doesn't care. I mean, he wasn't really a huge threat of dying previously to this, and now he feels completely invincible, and that's probably because he is. He's going to keep on running at the heroes to Hellraisers. Hellraisers, so they're running to get themselves out pretty well. Maposhka won't be so lucky as he tries to go for the TP. Doesn't pay off, but Nick's going to make his way back to the high ground. They can't quite get Nyx. Can't put him back into the mix. He's going to get himself out. I say that. No one's still chasing. He's still not done. Nyx is just like, wait, is this guy still for real? Like, he was on top of me. A beautiful 4-star comes out, and now the Rolling Thunder coming out from Phonic as well. Is it enough to keep the Lycan alive? Though it's not. They get the kill. Zayat finds it, and diving so deep in for this one. I mean, surely they can punish, but there's no buyback on the Lycan. Can they really do this? Out comes a coil from the puck, but they continue to jump forward here. A 4-star away from Pangalia. Does keep him out of danger. Meanwhile, the puck jumping in, trying to find Solo. Doesn't quite have the damage there. Crimson Guard helping out a lot. Meanwhile, no one. He's going to go sit in the fountain for a little bit. Not too sure on this one, but I mean, he's just a little quill machine in here. But I don't know, Noah. You don't have a team right now. They're all gone. Buddy.
They sort of just park themselves in the enemy base, and all the creep waves are like in the middle of the map somewhere, so they can't even get any objectives from this. Russell's like, I'll help you, buddy. I got a Lotus Orb. Just, follow me.
What does he do? I mean, Jesus Christ, that tower is getting beaten down. Solo might be the next target, but actually it's a bit of a bait here as Resolution jumps in from behind him here. This could be him caught out. Meanwhile, the Zayat's going to dive back in the base, and Nick's trying to get himself away here, but will not be able to do so as ILTW wraps around on top of him.
Yeah, and Roger was trying to finish the BKB. He almost had it too, but he decided not to buy it because he needs the buyback money in case something actually happens. Oh, top, bottom. Oh,
missing the coil, interestingly, onto the... I mean, they might actually find a return kill here. They're looking for Funnick, and Funnick with the Maledict struggling to get off the Rolling Thunder. They're just going to black hole him. Fair enough, but Ricky getting stunned up. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to make a difference. Although Funnick's still on the run here, going for the TP away. Ricky trying to chase him, but won't be able to do so. They get himself out. That's a black hole wasted for absolutely nothing.
Well,
Pangolier escapes.
I'm going to blame ILTW on that one. He decided not to click his BKB to kill that Pangolier, so...
Park on the run, having some issues here as he's got Yehovah on top of him. Grimstroke's wife locking him down with the silence, but no one's really that interested in trying to chase Kasani anymore. This guy, he's a little bit too elusive for them to really bring down here, so Kasani's going to be absolutely fine, absolutely peachy. To throw it onto him. The magic lamp going to help him out a little bit, getting that purge off, but he's still in trouble as they continue to chase him down here. There's a gem on the Ricky. Very little chance of Roger being able to escape this one. They will keep on chasing a 4-staff away, but he is gone. This is going to give everything up for them, but in comes Nyx in the bottom lane. Now, he's actually got that talent which summons 2 extra wolves, so going to really be pushing hard on this bottom tower. Meanwhile, Park trying to do the same thing at mid, but Zayat is waiting. There's a tier 2 up as well, but they're just letting them take the Roche, which I think is very interesting here, and they've even given away a refresher shard with this one as well. How likely is that to happen? Very unlikely, and they've got a lot of response. They're going straight away on to Nyx here. They drop the black hole, and this, he's going to go down. Nyx is dead. They'll find the kill. 3 heroes coming in for that one, and Virtus Pro will get the trade. Meanwhile, though, on the other side of the map, no one's up on the high ground. He's looking towards Funnick here and just smacking away at this tower. He's got 2 catapults with him as well. Funnick trying to control up no one here, but he's not really doing a whole lot. But here comes the buyback. They're buying back on Nyx. Okay, they're going to try and go for this one now. The Sides comes out along with the Silver Edge. Is it enough to bring down the Bristle, though? He's still tanking through all of it right now. They can't actually do the damage. No one's going to be able to straw himself out. They're not done, though. They might be forcing this a bit too hard, though, as they throw down the Ignis Fighters. They're going to go on the backlines instead. Solo's going to die, but Pug, he's losing his life. The 4-staff away, though. He might just make himself out. Meanwhile, LTW jumping onto Funnick right now, but Funnick doesn't have that many ways to escape this one. He's still got a 4-staff, holding off. Meanwhile, Roger jumping in on the sidelines here, but Zayat comes forward, lands the black hole onto the bounty hunter, controls him up as the rest of his team take down Funnick. Funnick has the buyback to try and come back into this one. Meanwhile, Solution, though, he's on the high ground. He's dealing with a Pushka, and Pushka will pop. Lycan, he's off doing other things. Pops a shapeshift in the middle lane, running down for that tier 2 tower, but down in the mid, that's where the problems are starting for Hellraisers as they go onto this high ground through the backdoor protection, though. It is taking some time to get this tier 3 tower killed off, and now the fortification comes out. Virtus Pro are struggling. Meanwhile, Nyx is actually going to be able to take the tier 2 tower in the middle lane with this huge army of creeps just pushing through, and this is going to force Virtus Pro back. But it did cost them a lot. It cost them a bunch of buybacks for this fight. Funnick, Pushka shows himself in the bottom lane, tried to push it out, but immediately realized he took a step too far and just runs himself away, and he is gone. This Spell Prism on the Nick, by the way, doing so much work to reduce the cooldown of Black Hole. Black Hole now with a 112-second cooldown. Love that.
So good. And he's got that 12% cooldown reduction as well, so this man is just spamming out black holes on one heroes because he doesn't care. It's going to be up again, and all you got to do is kill one hero off and just run at them with your numbers advantage.
I'm talking about people that don't care. Virtus Pro, they just don't care about the backdoor protection. They're just getting straight through it. Meanwhile, Roger trying to go on the backlines here, trying to pick onto Zayat here, but unfortunately with these 2 heroes joining him, it's too hard for him to actually go for this fight. Meanwhile, on the front lines, Nick's running around with his BKB. They're trying to bring down this Bristle back, but he's just too tanky. They can't do this. They keep on trying. With the Bristle, he's just too much, and it looks like the Lycan might be getting popped down again. Down he goes. Nyx is dead. The Ignis Fighter's doing absolutely nothing to keep that Lycan alive, and now it's the Lycan's turn to be dead without buyback. This is looking like it is starting to go wrong for Hellraisers. Well, it started a long time ago, but now it's finishing this game. That's exactly what Virtus Pro are doing right now. They jump on top of Pushka, and Pushka tries to force stuff away. That's not going to happen, though. No one. He's happy just to sit in the fountain. Look at honest, he literally does not care about the fountain right now. However, the Puck has actually bought the Divine Rapier. Is this going to do anything? Resolution, he's trying to have a go in the fountain, but that's not going to work out as well for him as it did for his teammate. He's just going to straight up die, and now they have a chance. They've got a Divine Rapier on the Puck. What can Kasani do with this item? That is a big question. He's got the 25 rapid fire talent. He's got a Rapier. The stars might be aligning for Hellraisers here, but I mean, it's such a big ask. It's a 5-on-3 fight. They're going to try and jump forward here, and Reza just gets taken out outside the bait, make it a 5-on-2. It's starting to go from unlikely to impossible, but Kasani going in deep onto the backlands here, finds one, can't do enough damage to Enigma, and now he has this Ion Disc as he unlocks it in his base. He's going to be able to survive through the Puck's engagement as well. Kasani has to jump himself away. Meanwhile, Resolution, he's just getting to business. He's taken down the tier 4. Zayats will eventually go down to the Puck as he pops out of the base to finish the job. Enigma, though, does have a buyback, and the tier 4s are gone as well. It's one man versus the world, and unfortunately that's a fight he's not going to win. Kasani will end the game with a Rapier in his pocket, but Virtus Pro will take the victory here in game number 1. 50 minutes in, it's all it took, Theben, but I mean, it just started to slowly unravel for Hellraisers. This push lineup did not work out for them in the end, and Virtus Pro were able to outplay them and get themselves into the victory.
Yeah, there was like, what, 1 or 2 fights where Hellraisers wiped the entirety of Virtus Pro, but that wasn't enough with their draft to be able to transition it into like a mid-game, late-game winning comp with what they have. So
yeah,
VP just had to drag this game out, still play aggressively when Hellraiser didn't have their cooldown, so they can still, you know, keep themselves in the game. And once it hit like 30 minutes and on, VP lineup is online. All they needed was the BKB on the Enigma, BKB on the Ricky, and that was it. This Bristleback was also completely unkillable going to late game.
Alrighty, well, I believe we have 3 handsome men in Ukraine, but they couldn't make it on the panel today, so instead we've got KP, Harry Freak, and Tiga. But these guys are going to break down the game further for us.
Guys, don't really spam spells. You're not going to have a full stick.
Ooh, okay.
And they do go for the Pugna.
Yeah.
I was wondering if they could do this, because there is that double silence you talked about as well, but such low cooldowns, right?
Yeah, Pugna's generally really nice. Like you're going to be up against DP or Necro, so you're going to have a decent lane. It means that now when you play in your 4 and your Spectre's farming, you can actually pressure objectives and try and close out the map and own the map in that way. My concern is, like, if Ricky has a really good start to the game and he goes for like Diffusal, Nullifier, Pugna pretty much doesn't have a game, and you're very reliant on the Spectre to be your late game damage. Like, you might fall flat on damage right now because you rely, like, literally, what is your damage?
That can happen. That can happen. But is Ricky really going to have a good laning stage? He has a disruptor in lane, and he's against the Centaur Weaver.
Very excited this game to see how when the fights start breaking loose. Well, Funny actually gonna get Malady to top. It's just level 1
Yeah,
spells.
he's chill. He's chill. Actually, they're turning it around, but it's really the bottom lane where the action's happening. They take down Pushka. Solo getting low at top, but they can't finish the job. Just keeps getting bullied in this lane. And as you see here, I mean, they're just jumping in pretty hard here. And Zayats, he's gonna have to get himself away. Has it scooch in 1 second, but won't get it off. The trick of the trade and the lightning bolts.
Oh yeah, here we go. The Pugna rotating to the bottom lane now.
Oh, this might be a bit of a curse right now. See you later, Pushka. I'm sorry. That one's on me, but he's going to get run down. And I don't think there's much they can do about Ricky. They're still trying for it, but the TP's coming over from the Rubik, trying to help out his Ricky now, but they're pinging him. They know he's here. And this might just be Roger actually taking the bait in this one. He could lift the partner, but decides not to. He's tanking like the full life drain up. Kasani's down into this one, though. Pops the ultimate, pops the exit, and they see the Pugna, but he's TPing himself away. I don't know. I think at this stage, he'll feel, hold the phone as they look forward onto the Centaur Warrunner right now. The lift back, keeping him inside that smoke cloud for as long as possible. Resolution can't use any spells. All he can do is get cooked up in the bottom lane by Roger, Pushka, and Nyx. He's hungry. He wants the Death Prophet. And they're actually going to maybe rotate their Spectre into this one, but the silence comes down onto the Pugna. But the bottom is where the real action is. Nyx, though, he's also able to escape this engagement. So not that successful so far for Virtus Pro, but still looking for Pushka. LTW really hungry to make this rotation work for him. Try and trade the aggro over towards Resolution, and now the damage coming down. No one turns up to this bottom lane, and they will be able to drop Pushka. Roger? Not sure that's the TP you were looking for, my friend. Probably going to lose his life. Turns around, though, with the life drain. Getting Resolution kind of low here. They're going to have to drop the Death Ward to try and get the kill. They will bring down Roger. Did a decent amount of work into his ex-teammate there, but does eventually fall. Meanwhile, Death Prophet getting beaten down here. She really wants to try and finish the tower. Going to try and go in with a life drain. No one unable to get the deny, but might get a return kill onto DP. DP going for the TP out. It's going to be close down to 120 HP, but not enough damage in that level 1 life drain to kill off the Death Prophet. So pretty successful in the middle lane for Hellraisers, and to be honest, not a bad past few minutes for Hellraisers in general.
But I don't think he's too worried about that since the DP did take the mid tower. I mean, that's like the most important tower on the map, right? The tier 1 middle here. So
top lane, they're looking towards Funnick, and again, it's going to be Funnick losing his life time after time. Once they hit their timings, their team fight is going to be strong, but the Ricky having some troubles down in the bottom lane. Has to pop the trick to the trade, but don't have anything to jump to, or maybe he does, but Pushka turns up just in the nick of time. There's a Maledict on him, though, and that is going to put an end to Nyx, and actually Pushka might just be another log on this fire in the bottom lane. The right click's going to do from solo, and Pushka is going to get his sausage sliced down in the bottom lane. Maybe if they can get LTW, that would be a bigger target, but Stampede actually used preemptively just to make sure these guys get out of here. The catch is so lacking on the side of Hellraisers. They're trying to look for the glimpse here. They've got 2 points in it. LTW is going to be the target. They're dropping the ultimate, everything coming down onto the Spectre right now. Exism even being thrown into the mix right now. They want to kill off LTW. LTW going for a journey through the trees to the death ward, forcing back the side of Hellraiser. The TPs are coming on over, and now the aggression switches. They popped the ultimate from the Spectre here, trying to find more targets for Pushka. That's going to be an easy pick up on the trees here, so he's going to try and run them in a bit of circles and stop them fighting his team, but it is another victory for Virtus try to make. They are just 2 steps ahead, finding the return kills, getting the big ones down, and now looking for the tower as well as Resolution, just chomping it away at the tower. But in goes the Ricky on the sideline, so the force off actually out onto him, nearly cute enough to disrupt that kill, but Ricky does bring him down in the end. Meanwhile, a jump in onto the Death Prophet. Resolution doing a decent amount of damage to Kasani. Kasani can't actually pop her spells because of this annoying Nether Ward. Now Stampede's being used, no one trying to turn this one around, but it yields out onto the DP. Nether Ward, well, they're actually going to run themselves away, Virtus.
just let them be there. We don't need to take this engagement.
Now they're going to the Pugna here, but he's actually got the force off to get himself a main, but Pushka, he's still got 2 seconds left on this glimpse. If they want to try and take this fight, they've got to try and make it happen soon. Resolution is standing by with an Invis rune nearby, going to jump in, get the storm, trying to buy no on the time. He needs to get away, but that's not going to happen. They get the kill, and now they'll move on to the Centaur as well, and the Yules is coming down. He's going for the TP out, but there's a lift available on Roger, and that Centaur is going absolutely nowhere.
TP to farm right now, so he's unsure.
So you're going to be punished for the death. So connects Funnick, he knows. He's picking exactly where he is. What's the play? What is the plan? There's another the Spectral Dagger available, but yeah, in comes the ultimate. Virtus Pro are here. They're all pinned down in the trees, and Kasani's going to be the #1 target right now. He does have a Yule's Will getting off, but what happens afterwards are not very much, I might imagine. He is trying to get off these Spirit Siphons, but meanwhile the backlines are taking down the Pushka. Kasani going to go down. Meanwhile, Funnick running in a direction, but I mean, there's not really many places for him to run right now. As Virtus Pro, they will be getting on top of him, and it's going to be a bit of a slow one, but they should be getting the kill here. There was no hope coming in for Funnick right now. He's buying them a little bit of time, but he will die eventually. Meanwhile, Roger, he goes to take some outposts at the very least, so they get the
Hellraisers are really unsure of what they're doing when this Ricky is just not in the fight.
It's going to be so tough. They don't know about this Radiance yet. Maybe they've looked in the middle lane. Maybe they assume it's coming, but regardless, they're going to start onto Kasani. There needs to be a save coming out for this Death Roll, but that's just not going to happen. It's immediately an entry kill onto the enemy mid laner. Roger going to be the next target up here as he loses most of his health. Stampede coming out just to make sure this happens. Roger, they're going to steal it, going to help him get away, but as they're even doing that, Funnick going for the TP is successful. Roger's still on the run, but I think he's going to get run down. Meanwhile, Zayats gets the kill onto the Pushka, and Roger's going to meet his end. Cool, or a Dazzle, something like that on your team, or even the Shadow Demon, but they don't have that safe, but now they go. They find the Sentinel. This is a big target. Can they bring him down in time? Trick to Trade doing a decent amount of work, and they will get the kill immediately. Jumping across onto Solo. That's going to be the next target right now, and it doesn't look like Virtus Pro can bring anything more to this fight. They're going to accept their losses. They lose an offlaner and a 5 position.
Pressuring them. They make another smoke play here, but they're not DPO. I don't know about this one. They got to get a really big kill on a core.
Yeah, Solo is not that. I like the Tricks to Trade up to the high ground, but Solo immediately going to turn around for the stun. It's an awkward engagement here. BKB pop from the Rickies. He tries to go forwards into this one. They've actually lifted up the Sentinel, so he can't get that stop. Now he uses a Stampede, but they're able to take down Roger, but no one has also died in this. Funnick will trade his life as LTW, tanking a decent amount of damage here, but it's looking like the fight going in VP's favor. Nyx trying to run himself away, but has nothing to jump to, and all 5 heroes just get annihilated. There is too much damage to fight into.
In terms of like the priority in
what he brings, yeah.
Of items. Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah, Nyx actually jumping in here. They're going to go for the easy pickup onto the Witch Doctor, but again, that disruption coming through, and now the heal actually coming out. They really want this Witch Doctor to survive this fight, but Roger won't be so lucky. Meanwhile, they will be able to finally get the kill onto Solo. Pretty even right now, but Kasani's popped both the BKB and the Exorcism, but Roshan is up. But RTW, he is in. He's coming back into this one. Stampede being used as well. They really want to try and take this fight, but they're going to try and go for the Weaver on the sidelines, but Weaver is dancing around. The damage comes through onto the Death Prophet. The Yules comes out from her, trying to keep herself alive just a little bit longer, but they are on top. But RTW actually has to back himself up, and now with the Spirit Siphons, is enough to keep Death Prophet alive? It certainly is not. Reaper Sight comes down. It's not enough to keep Resolution down there. He turns around, kills off the DP. Take this, Roshan. I don't know, how do you agree with the position to get out on Hellraisers there? Do you think that fight really was over?
There's no more fights anymore. As soon as you're alive, you don't have your big team fighting tool any longer, and the enemy has an Aegis. So
Zayats, you're right, buddy. Let's actually, Pushka's the one who's going to get brought down here. Zayats getting super low. They will get the kill in the end, but now the Ricky might be in some trouble. Nice BKB though, dodging out the stomp, jumping over to Roger as well, who's stolen this Kuchi and giving him a way out of this fight. Next though, he's got 5 seconds left for his next blink strike, but he is invisible, and they don't seem to have the detection right now. They do have the dust. Ooh, God, Roger still playing a dangerous game right now, and they're just going to drop the Death Ward to finish the job. You think Hellraisers could enter this fight to stand the best chance of winning it? What needs to go right? Oh God, not like this, Roger.
They need everybody alive.
Yeah.
They need everybody alive. But if there was a situation where they can win fights, they would need this Ricky to go from behind, jump the Witch Doctor, kill him, since he doesn't have any ways of staying alive against a Cloud, apart from the Pugna getting a Decrepify on him. They need a DP to silence the Pugna, and then they can take an engagement from there, where they already kill off the position 5. And they gotta play with buyback, for sure.
Yeah, these repair kits doing a lot of work for Hellraisers though, as Virtus Pro attempt to take to the high ground, but actually they've got so little damage to take towers with. These repair kits are going to be doing a hell of a lot of work this game.
He's got the Nullifier on the Ricky.
Yep, just gets it finished. He's stayed on the base long enough to grab it. Now, maybe they stand a chance of jumping on the Witch Doctor and finishing him off, but they're actually going to go onto the Pugna instead. The Nullifier comes out, keeping him inside, but in comes the ultimate from the Weaver to keep him alive, but it's not enough. They bring him down, and now Spectre, she's in some trouble, and RTW going to lose its first life, and they'll look across to the Sentinel, but Hellraisers might have just found themselves the dream scenario here, and they're jumping on top of the Spectre right now. Spectre just trying to run herself away. Meanwhile, Solo turning it around with the Death Ward, trying to come into this one as a DP. Needs to get herself back a little bit here, but they have killed off Solo. He is dead. Now they look forward onto the Weaver again, nullified up. They bring him down. So much work being done by this Ricky with the Nullifier. Roger has to be careful on the front lines here. It doesn't look like taking this fight, but they're also very, very low on the side of Hellraiser. They can't afford to let themselves get killed off by RTW. A lot of respect being shown from Hellraiser, but at the same time, they want it. They want it badly, but Nix, he's taking so much damage. Using tricks and trade to dodge a little bit, but backs himself out. They can't do this. They realize that they cannot bring down the Spectre, so they'll back themselves out, but Hellraisers, they do find the Dream Initiation, and the target all along, it wasn't the Witch Doctor, it was the Pugna, and they bring him down, and no one does buy back into it, but unfortunately doesn't get to the fight in time. But why on earth does Disruptor... He's actually got 2 Windlaces and Tranquil Boots.
Nyx is waiting on the side here, waiting for that opportunity to jump in, hopefully find that Pugna once again, because he knows he doesn't have a buyback here. So look at his positioning at the moment.
Yeah, he wants it. He's
I'm very surprised by this play from BP. This takes some big balls to do. When your Pugna has no ball.
And they go onto the Pugna, but actually the Nullifier doesn't reach him in time. He manages to force-staff himself away from this. This is messy from Hellraiser. Meanwhile, RTW and Resolution, they're doing work on the backlines, but this ultimate coming down, it's causing real trouble right now. RTW is going to get caught up by the Reaper's side, but the Weaver's going to save him, but he's already dead. Nick's going to go down as well, though. RTW and Nick's both taking out the fight, and the Death Prophet getting so low as well, but helped out jumping away. It's actually gone. Kasani is out, so it's going to be 2 heroes dead, but immediate buyback from him, and now they're going to be able to find Solo on the retreat. He is gone.
So this could be a big initiation.
They're chasing hard. Roger leading the charge right now. Ping's coming out. This could be an awesome start to the fight for Hellraisers, but they need to find that right target. And now Smoke's going to get popped immediately using the ultimate on the Spectre just to get the vision onto the heroes. And they're actually trying to find Nyx here. He's going to have to try and get down to the low ground, jumping across to his teammate, but Hellraisers, they're the ones on the run right now. Funnick getting a little bit left behind. They're looking for Kasani. Kasani going to pop the exit, and they're going to try and make something of this fight. Funnick turning around, trying to look for a target right now, but they won't really be finding anybody to start this off. Necrophos getting pretty low here. Might just be dropping. Meanwhile, on the backlines, Nyx, he's causing some trouble. He's causing some disruption here, and is actually... I can't believe no one's died in this fight, but no one's really been caught out. Both teams just poking and prodding, and Virtus Pro, they're playing this fight beautifully, I would say, because this Exorcism is actually kind of close to running out. Yeah, I think they are the stronger team without their ultimates up. They are the stronger team, and they certainly think so as well. And RTW, he's going to come out and say hi to Hellraisers. They are not letting them get anywhere near this Rosham's pit. They are keeping them at an arm's length. Hellraisers, they really want to come in and stop this from happening, Roshan, but no, that's not a big target right now. It's going to be Pushka, who's a big target. He does get down his ultimate just before he goes down. 2 heroes caught inside of it, but they're both going to be absolutely fine. There is a gem. And, I mean, Necrophos wants to come in for it, but it's too dangerous. He can't get that close. A buyback comes out from the Pushka, wants to be back in this engagement now, and the battle for the gem will end up in the center, being able to run forward to grab it. Meanwhile, Funnick getting in a little bit of trouble right here. Now they jump on top of him, and the big jump in from Resolution will find that kill. A buyback comes out from the Necrophos. Meanwhile, DP trying to fight on the front line. She's actually got her exit them up in 6 seconds. They have to be wary of this Virtus Pro, because this could be the big turnaround they're looking for, but still a decent amount of damage coming out from Kasani, and now Spectre ultis again, trying to find the targets. The exorcism comes out. Kasani yules up, trying to keep herself alive, but is there anything to keep her in this game? The Reaper Side just trying to fight Kasani to time the Spirit Siphon as well, but she's gone. Kasani out of fight, 110 seconds out, look forward towards Funnick as well. Funnick losing his life. RTW on top of him. Yule's not going to buy him much time, really. Funnick's going to come crashing back to the ground, and that is another hero dead. And Nyx, he was actually off defending. Again, not in the fights. And there's the GG's coming out with the Ricky not even committing to the final fight in this game, it feels like here. He's going to BKB up to get himself a couple more crews, but that is going to be the game going to Virtus Pro, and that is going to make it, guess what, Theban? It's another 2-0 for us.
Oh my goodness. All right, Rap God. I'll give some insight there. That Ricky, in the last fight, he was actually sitting super far near the Roshan area. He was trying to get one of the supports. He was playing around with the Weaver, with the Pugna. Unfortunately, they were just kind of helping each other, and he was not able to kill anyone, so it felt really awkward in this game for him in the late game. But I think the biggest problem for Hellraisers was that when they were strong between 10 and 15 minutes, they were kind of playing all by themselves, like solo around the map. And then Ricky, they just needed to play to his pace of the game. They had to wait for him to get his defusal, let him lead the fights, and then as long as they did that, they played behind him with the Necro, the DP, and all these disables and tower pushing potential that they had. I think they would have had a much better game. But at the end of the day, VP outplaying Hellraisers here, especially No One had an enormous, amazing gameplay, especially in the first 10 to 15 minutes. And I'm going to have to give like MVP to this guy. This guy was an absolute beast.
100%. I mean, there was a lot to do with him in this game, but I'm going to throw it back to our lovely panel over in Ukraine to continue on with this analysis, and that's going to be it from us here on the Pushka League Division.